So today I'm doing something different. I'm reacting to a reaction channel and their video, basically, not their reaction. And it is OSR, our Stupid Reactions. Follow them, really enjoy their content. And it is their Can Triple R really win Oscar, their discussion about it. And now these two people are someone who are in SAG. I don't know that what it stands for, SAG Awards, or like they're actors in Hollywood. So they I think they get to vote, how much I understand and know. So it'll be interesting what they think about it. Now that Triple has got so many awards, there's so much buzz about it. Every news portal who does predictions, they have, raised Triple R more in their list because of these things. So let's see what they have to say.
Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Reactions with Corbin.
I'm here.
Yep,
I'm here.
Hey! You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter for interesting content.
Follow him over there.
They used to do that bell thing, hit the bell icon, and that sound used to come. I used to hate that. I always used to skip that. And now they don't do it anymore. Great.
On Musk land. Kanye land.
Kanye got banned.
For a day. Elon will let him back on because Elon's a freaking wild man.
I ain't denying that. Today,
That's something going on.
We've got this request to do this by quite a few.
Another pole dancing request?
Yes. No, people want us to talk about RRR and its chances and what categories we think it actually has an opportunity.
We were just doing this yesterday.
To get. And if you haven't heard, it's actually making waves in a lot of awards lately.
So the award season here, the buzz begins during the film festivals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I think the first awards that get handed out are the New York Film Critics. And then there's just a slew that go back to back to back all the way through till the Oscars. And S.S. Rajamouli got Best Director at the New York Film Critics.
Yeah, and also he's won at the Critics Association and the Atlanta Film Critics Circle. So obviously, all that being said, that's not who votes for the Oscars, so that it's different. There's about 10,000 members at the Academy, and it's all filmmakers and people in the industry, right? Producers included. So it's not critics. So that's a different. Right. That
exactly.
is different.
I know that. I thought even some film critics would be part of that. Interesting.
So just because it wins this doesn't mean it'll ever get a nomination.
No.
But I wanted to go over its nomination submission. The 14 categories they submitted themselves for. What we think is most likely.
And I would say right off the bat, I don't know what the Vegas odds would be on this. I would bet money it's going to get something.
Yes, I do.
There's going to be at least one.
Yes, and I do.
Award or a nomination?
I want to say first and foremost that its best chance would have been foreign film category.
100%.
It would have.
Let's not go there. I've already made so many videos regarding that on the main channel.
Would have been nominated.
Probably won because of how popular
that was the
it
best
is here.
opportunity.
It probably would have it would have 1,000% been nominated. That wasn't even a question.
No.
It could have won, I think. Obviously, I would have to see the other ones, but the popularity of it here, it probably would have won.
Massive.
Right? And so take that with what you will, with the idiots at the Oscar Nominating Committee of India. Morons. But since it's not, they can still submit themselves for any category. Any film can.
As I understand.
But for foreign, it has to be the country that submits it.
That, the people who are responsible for promoting it and doing that for Gangabai, there was an article in Variety this morning. They were talking to Ali Abad, and that's actually happening. They're campaigning Gangabai for the Oscars as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's just, it didn't create the same noise, and now starting it doesn't make sense. Triple has the best shot. Maybe they let them try. Maybe it works.
And I believe they hired the some firm that also did I don't know if it's a firm, but promotion company to help get it everywhere and get it out. That the same ones that did Drive My Car, which obviously did well,
really
at
well
the awards and Oscars.
What I know is some variance films are doing that for Triple R.
And
that's a great group to have promoting your film.
They know how to get it out there, so that's good. But the 14 categories they themselves submitted for are director, actor, best supporting actor, original song, original score, film editing, best sound, best original screenplay, supporting actress, cinematography, production design, costume design, makeup and hairstyling, and visual effects.
Okay, I just before they give their predictions, After winning that award, maybe they get nominated for best director. Motion picture, I'm not really sure. Screenplay, I think they should get. Acting, I don't think they'll get nominated for anything. Cinematography, production design, song, costume, maybe. Makeup, hairstyle, sound, visual effects, maybe. You know, I think these are the categories they can definitely, I think they will.
So those are the 4 that they could possibly get nominated for. Not the 12 that they've submitted themselves that they could get nominated for. And we're not saying it will get nominated for anything. We think it will. We think it will get something.
I believe after Oscar noms come out, if it doesn't get something, it will be in the conversation when you look up snubs. Everyone will talk about the fact that it was a shock that RRR didn't get a nod of some kind.
But we'll talk about the ones we think it'll be most likely for. I think
we were literally talking about this in the car yesterday.
I think the most likely and the one I would be most happy with is the original song.
I agree.
For Not To Not To. I think you can't show me a song that's...
A lot of people, like in foreigners, said that they should have put not Not To, but Dosti song for the best original song. But Not To, I think, is more popular one because of the dance.
Out this year that is better in a film than Not To Not To. And I just can't.
It can win that.
I said this in the review, and I've read this in another review, in Variety's review for it. I think it was theirs or Hollywood Reporters that said, and it is Not To Not To is one of the greatest musical numbers in cinematic history, on par with stuff that MGM used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
This is on that level of class.
It would be great to be able to have that performed as well.
Whoa.
So I think more people would explore Indian cinema.
It's not Bollywood awards. And I don't think Ramcharan or Junior NTR would go there, train, practice, and do it on stage. That'd be amazing if they get nominated, though. But just there, just to perform, I don't think so.
As well, because what was that?
They would torch the place.
Which I think is probably the biggest hurdle for RRR at the Oscars is people seeing it. People need to.
That's the way it is with everything. It's the way it is with everything.
A bunch of people have, but that doesn't mean everybody has.
I saw De Niro at a film festival a couple years ago.
So I would say, before they continue, Anurag Kashyap said it that, Triple R had a great chance because people who vote for Oscars, he knows them. He's part of that committee and he knows people. He's like very known person there and he talks to everyone. And what he has heard about Triple R is that even the people who vote for Oscars know about the film and watched it. So even if some people who haven't, because of all this buzz and it constantly, it being in the news, that can help them and, okay, let me watch that, what's that about? That's a good chance.
And he was one of the main people. I think he was chairing the festival and said, even at that festival, he said, the problem is just the time to watch everything anywhere, at any festival. If you're on any nominating committee, it's impossible to see everything. And that's why you have promotions and word of mouth, because the thing that's talked about the most and promoted the most is most likely to be seen.
Yeah, which is why it should have been nominated for foreign category. The second most, I would believe, would be director. Right?
I agree.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
That'd be amazing.
I think the song is more likely, the most likely, I feel like. But
yeah,
I think song, without doubt, it has to.
Director, I feel like a lot of people, since they love this movie, really appreciate, and also the fact that the Oscars wants to have diversity. That's a big thing for them right now.
It'll be amazing if it happens.
Diverse people get nominated, diverse films, which is also why I think picture would be one of the more likely ones. It's still that would probably be a very tough category because it's picture, but I also think the Oscars wants to start including foreign films.
Unless they, increase the number. So final list only have 5. If they increase that to 10 or 6 or 7, maybe they can include RRR.
In their best pictures more.
Exactly.
And they have been.
And ever since they opened it up to a 10-picture category, which they don't, more often than not, they don't fill all 10 slots.
Yeah.
So that, for me, the buzz of it and the fact that he's won already at some awards places puts, I think, both the picture and the director thing kind of neck and neck for its odds.
Yeah. Still a long shot.
There's a shot. Both could happen.
Yeah. It's definitely a shot. I don't think any of the actors will.
No.
Even though obviously we love them all and we think they all did a great job.
I think because the way, you know, they look at acting is very different the way we do. You know, for them, it's very different. They want more subtleness and, you know, that kind of acting, and there are a lot of great performances in different films. Whereas for Triple R, they look more at, you know, the scale, the grandeur, the fun and excitement, entertainment, all of that aspect. The acting is, you know, mostly goes unnoticed in that sense. Or they are, you know, big action heroes. They are not acting, you know, in that sense.
Yeah.
But I don't.
There's only 5 categories in each acting slot. It's not going to happen.
It's a strong
Yeah.
year as well
Because the competition is really fierce for just 5 spots, right?
for performances here.
It won't happen
with Hollywood films.
Because even I've seen so many reactions, so many people talking about the film, so I don't hear that, oh my god, acting was amazing. That probably I've never heard from anyone. Everyone talks about the film, you know, the music, the action. No one talks about the acting of, you know, they say they were good, you know, they don't like say it's bad, or mostly they don't talk about it, but it's never mentioned, you know, in particular.
And so I don't think that'll happen. I think the editing ones, since it's a big action film, so editing
and sound and visuals.
I think those could have a good chance. And here's the reason. The way the Oscars works, it's not like they do in India for awards. It's not bought, right? Even though obviously it is, it's not bought in the same way. Obviously, you need to have money and you need to be able to promote.
Right.
In that way, certain films can be bought.
Right.
But the people that vote on these, so an actor does not vote on sound. An actor does not vote like De Niro, who's probably part of the...
he's for sure a member of the Academy.
He can only vote on picture and acting categories.
Yeah, everybody votes for picture, but then you only vote for your discipline. And that makes sense, because why would an actor vote for visual effects?
Yes.
You don't know what the
Didn't know that. That's interesting.
freak has to be done to do that.
Visual effects artists voting on VFX.
Correct.
And so those are usually the big war films or the big action films. Marvel films often get nominated there.
All right.
Those people probably...
Is Avatar gonna be pitched against Triple R? That'd be interesting. Is it qualifies for this year's Oscar now? Because I think Avatar, already the first responses are out and people are saying it's outstanding visually. So I think Avatar takes it easily. And Triple R have some issues with VFX at some points. It's not that defined. So that'd be interesting.
Definitely saw RRR.
Absolutely.
And so I would say those categories could be pretty high up there.
And
I'd still see it, like I said, all this is more of a long shot than...
RRR may get nominated, but winning, I don't think so.
If it was a Hollywood film, they would be...
I feel it doesn't deserve, because I think there are better films who did VFX better.
Guaranteed.
Absolutely.
But just because it's a foreign film, everything is harder for it.
Right. Because it's in the visual effects category, it's going to be going up against Doctor Strange, Wakanda, Avatar, Black Adam. It's going to be going up against big DC Marvel heavyweight visual effects plus James Cameron's here. And again, 5 categories. The thing that would push it over the edge that I don't think either one of us would know, if the visual effects were groundbreaking, if something was done in the visual effects that was brand new to the art form of visual effects, that was really groundbreaking, that was charting new territory, the odds of visual effects getting a nod go way up.
Well, and you guys saw that the Corridor crew that we directed many times, visual effects artists, they work in the industry, were praising RRR.
And astonished at some of the practical things that they thought were VFX, like the miniature train, which was magnificent. So if there is something groundbreaking or unusual or trailblazing in the visual effects work, that raises the odds for the visual effects nod.
Screenplay, I guess it could, but I would say the very long shot.
More than likely not
just because, once again, strong year for screenplays. Cinematography, like I said,
more likely than
screenplay, but I'd still say not would be the ones that I would predict.
No,
for this production design could be one to go along with VFX because of the stuff we talked about. The costume design could because maybe people that saw it like the different, because it's usually period pieces that and obviously this is a period piece and it's India as well.
1 year, I think Suicide Squad won for the best costume, if I'm not wrong. So,
but it's more historical ones. Like very dramatic historical.
Yeah, though this isn't.
But also it's like Indian historical. So how many people voting for that category understand that, or do they think they just use any costume? So the authenticity, how do they judge it?
Gonna happen if the conversation was comparable
But sometimes
between
Marvel stuff does get nominated as well.
Between PS1 and this, PS1 would get costume nods because it's a more grounded, not fantastical telling of history.
Yeah. Makeup and hairstyling could. Long shot, though.
Yeah.
So out of those, if I'm predicting right now, and I think it could get more than what I'm saying, but if I'm a betting man,
okay,
1 to 2 would I think be a fantastic night.
Yeah,
and I would predict song and director would be the two that if you're putting a gun to my head, I was like, okay, I think those are the two most likely.
I would agree, and I
could even put picture as 3, even though
I think it's an inevitability. It's going to get something. I will be astonished, angry, amazed if it's completely ignored.
Snubbed.
So I think song is there, director's right behind it.
And then the editing and
I actually know I put picture ahead of the VFX and editing stuff. I think because it's so beloved and it's it's the only 10 category slot that often isn't full. And because a film and a director are so linked, they don't always go together in the nominations, that's for sure. It could get 3 noms. It could get 4.
Yeah. Very well could. We're not saying it will either. This is just what we're telling you how the Oscars works and what we think could happen.
And what word on the street has been in this town for months.
I know in India, it's probably the hype is over for a lot of people, but here it's still going on. If you look on
I get comments, stop with Triple R, we are done, move on. No.
Twitter, if you follow people on Twitter or people in the industry, Variety's still talking about it. People in the industry are still talking about it.
I think because people are still discovering it, and the buzz is continuing. Oh, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? It's still going on. Maybe that's a big reason. And now they are doing more screenings because of the Oscar thing. So I think that's also helping.
It still has screenings. I looked the other day. It was playing at a theater still.
I think I told you. The first day we began the 6-week class that I was doing a month and a half ago, somebody found out, you get to know each other and some of the actors that you're with, and found out about our channel. And specifically, first thing out of their mouth, so you've seen RRR? That's what's going on here.
Yeah. And I would say if you had to pick one to win, not just be nominated.
The one that has the greatest likelihood of winning the Oscar?
Is score. I mean song, right?
Okay, so if they're nominated.
And what do you think has the best chance to win? I would say, without a doubt, it's song. Because you can't tell me, and if they perform it, you cannot tell me there's a better song.
Yeah, no, part of the reason I'm
performing, I'm still not sure.
Hesitating is simply because I haven't seen and know what the other contenders are as of yet. Because as you know, we typically get our screeners to see SAG Award nominees in really Christmas or January. So I really don't have an idea based on having seen everything until late January, early February, in terms of what I think. Late January, because by the time the SAGs come around, I've seen pretty much everything that's going on.
Oscar prediction, best original song.
Right? The first thing you see is a picture of RRR.
So it has Black Panther, Wakanda Forever as 1, RRR at 2. So I haven't seen. Have you seen Wakanda Forever?
No.
Okay. So if that's,
Micah did.
Okay, since that is that a good song, Rihanna? Good song, Wakanda Forever.
I've heard the song.
Okay, good song.
It's a good song. It's not
But granted, though, it's Rihanna's return.
True.
And people love Rihanna, and they wanted her to have a song forever. And then it's Top Gun Maverick, which once again haven't seen. Tell it like a woman.
You haven't heard the song, the Hold My Hand song?
No.
It's okay.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is the life.
It's okay. It's David Byrne.
Guillermo del Toro. So yeah, Turning Red, White Noise, Spirit.
Where the Crawdads Sing, forget it. It's Taylor Swift.
I would say
Taylor Swift is going to get nominated.
Just looking at it, your top 3 are going to be Black Panther, Top Gun, and RRR. People love Top Gun, raving about it. Yeah. But obviously, I don't know the song. But I have not heard anybody raving about the Rihanna outside of her return for the song, or Top Gun Maverick. I've heard a billion people, if they've watched RRR, rave about RRR.
Of course.
Rave about not.
The only other one that I think has a real fighting dark horse chance is
Director.
Yeah, is SS Rajamouli.
Even I'm very confident about that. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he just won, and instead of the picture, they would like to, even if they want to, they would like to give that, the nomination thing to him, not just the film. So I think that in that aspect, they want to target him more than the films. So that's what I'm thinking.
But yeah, if I was a betting man, I would say the one that has the highest likelihood of winning is Natu Natu, and garnering itself and giving RRR, saying now this is an Oscar-winning film.
Okay. They're thinking. They're looking at something.
Sorry, this is a site.
It won't surprise me if the Globes give director to Rajamouli.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
He has a higher likelihood of getting the Globe than he does at the Oscars.
Globes aren't as prestigious of an award. There are also terrible people that run it. Sorry, this is supporting actress. So they're a betting site. So they the predictions. They're a prediction site. So I'm trying to find their prediction here on Gold Derby. Don't know why it just didn't come up with.
And they have built a good set behind them.
It didn't even have. It has RR way down there for film editing, production design. Babylon. Ooh.
Visual effects would be high.
Babylon's going to be
score. Oh, that's just score. That doesn't count for the song.
Does it have? Oh, RR is way down there for.
But it's in there.
Animated feet.
Where's song? You must have passed it.
Come on, guys, do it fast. We are watching.
Best
Original Song Predictions 2023.
That's what I was just on.
Updated leading contenders. Natu Natu.
Natu Natu's
right in there.
I haven't seen anything. Oh, I've seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I can't remember what song. I love that film. Probably my favorite of the year so far. I love that film, but I don't remember the song, and so
me neither. It's David Byrne. There's recognition there with David Byrne for sure.
But anyways,
but yeah. I would absolutely, if someone said to me, $50, Natu Natu will not be nominated for song,
I would take that bet.
I'd take that bet. I think it's going to be nominated for song.
For more than that.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident it's going to get song.
Yeah.
And I think it's better than...
It'll be a massive snub.
And I think the odds are very high...
that it could win.
That it could win, and I think keep an eye out if Rajamouli keeps winning.
If he keeps winning more awards at different things, that can, make it more...
It's very plausible. It's really exciting we're having this conversation.
Yeah, because
we've never had this conversation.
Before it was just, can it get an
international?
Yeah.
That's it. But which is really a wonderful thing, because what this is doing is causing everyone to recognize, aha, we can start to incorporate even more films outside of
this site.
The Hollywood
has
hub.
And that also just opens up the market, right? The first time an Indian film is in the general category and is competing, and there are chances for it, that's the first time it happened. Like last year, I think Jai Bhim submitted itself, but that's it. It never got shortlisted. It was big on IMDb. Oscar also shared the Oscar page on Twitter, shared the picture, but that wasn't it. The buzz, that's more important. Already he's winning big awards, so it has never happened.
SS Rajamouli at 11.
At 11?
In terms of its predictions of what it thinks is most likely for director. Obviously, it's a 5 categories, and you have heavyweights this year of Spielberg's and Todd.
Yeah, Babylon. I can't wait to see that, because that really is going to be part of the conversation.
A lot of hype there.
Cameron won't get nominated.
James?
Yep. No matter how good Avatar is, I will be shocked if James Cameron is nominated.
They have him. Oh, they had him above him, but name recognition there as well.
Not nominated
It
or
is.
nominated?
So
it has
Spielberg.
It has all this stuff of, because it's a foreign film. It's an uphill battle. It was an uphill battle for Bong Joon-ho, and he was a
Parasite,
more well known at that point, and obviously very different film.
But I think that also helped it because it was like an underdog, so people were supporting it more. Yes, it needs to win all the categories, nominated for all categories. So maybe that may happen with RRR also, because everything is going for it. People love it, critics love it. It's enjoyable. It's high level of filmmaking craft. So everything is supporting it. It's not like a bad film just because people are hyping it unnecessarily. That's not the case. So it's everything is going for it, and now it's even winning at certain places. So
It's a
Very
very dramatic film, very
and different
Oscar-y.
stuff going on. I mean, Cameron could, because of how tremendously difficult and Herculean the attempt at Avatar is, but I don't. That we'll wait and see the final product.
Yeah.
What that's like. As far like I know one of the names in there is who's the director and writer of Tar.
Oh,
yeah, Tar is like considered the best, so it's getting so many nominations. So that's one big film I need to watch.
I just said his name. Todd.
Yeah, Todd Field.
Yeah, he'll get nominated.
I think he'll get nominated for screenplay. He may not get nominated for director.
I have people that love that film, man. I haven't seen it yet.
It's a good film. Blanchette's Blanchette.
Yeah,
And the writing is exceptional.
She's the one that I've heard
But
is.
Blanchette's going to get nominated.
Well, I told you that when I heard that she was coming out with a film. It's Kate Blanchett. She's literally the only person close to her. It's probably Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep. That's it.
And not Kangana. Sorry.
He said it, not me.
Yeah, I did. Anyways, so that's the video, and I hope this kind of helps, because I know the Oscars people are kind of confused because obviously it's an big award show, but also the way awards are in India, I think confuse people.
It's a very different world.
It's a very different world of, in India, I know like almost none of them are reputable because often they could be political.
National awards are okay. I'll not say anything.
Bought,
Correct.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I've heard stories that just boggle the mind.
Yeah, so it's a very different experience. Just know it has a.
But film fair awards that we do on the channel, those are very reputable. Like they are the best ones in the country. If you don't know about that, go to the main channel, check it out. Last year we awarded the best films only.
Very good shot at getting something of a nomination, and I think it has a good chance of winning.
Film fair, F-A-I-R, not F-A-R-E, not the horrible ones. Film fair, because these awards are fair.
Song.
And my favorite thing about the Oscars, aside from being the granddaddy of them all and it's about film, is the fact that they're set up in such a way that Best Picture is voted by everybody, like we said, and each discipline is voted on by practitioners of that discipline, so that you don't
This is very interesting. I didn't know that.
have makeup artists voting on acting, and you don't have actors voting on makeup.
Yeah.
Because the people who work those disciplines understand the nuances and the technicalities and the difficulties. And that's my favorite thing about the fact that when someone wins, even if it wasn't who I wanted, I always take a seat back and go, well, like I remember when the Father was nominated for editing, the Hopkins film, shocked me. So I asked my friend Kenny, who's an editor, was that? And he was instant. He was like, oh my goodness, yes, that gets editing. Because he saw and knows things that I would never catch.
Yeah, you never.
Yep.
If you're not in the field, you don't know.
Exactly.
Anyway, so let us know what you think it'll be nominated, if you think it'll be nominated for anything.
Realistically, please.
Realistically. Not just because you...
Not just because you want it or
it's not your favorite language.
Exactly.
Or whatever. Literally, let us know what you think in the comments down below.
It'll be interesting to read the comments what people have to say. Original song, director, sound rating, and cinematography. Okay, Kangana for best. So that was a good discussion. Learn a lot of things about how the Oscar voting goes about. So that was really important point to understand how the voting works. It's not like all the 10,000 people vote. So I think that actually makes it more interesting and more favorable for RRR. Because if they think something was good, they will vote for it, right? It's not like just the general consensus, whoever votes get higher votes. That's it. No, it's about people who know the stuff voting for the that particular category. So that's really good. But let's see, and I already talked about what I think. I think it will get 5 nominations because of various things. They want to make it diverse. They want people watching from India. So I think even if in voting wise, they want to push RRR just to include it, they may increase the number of, you know, contenders in one category. But I think they should, like, smartly, like, not I'm saying, you know, award RRR for it, but smartly where it deserves, it should be nominated in the that goes in the favor of the Oscars. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and then you can check out this video next, and I'll see you next time.